going to get to an announcement that you made yesterday about an expansion of AI degree programs at 18 community colleges. But I wanted to start with a major issue in your industry. The world is facing a critical shortage of computer chips. And you've said that this shortage is likely to last beyond next year into 2023. What steps is Intel taking right now to catch up with demand?
Yeah, it's a great question, Kat. And just overall, as the world is going more digital, right? We were already, I think, probably going to be a little bit short, but then COVID, just the world just accelerated, and literally the semiconductor industry went from 5-ish% growth rate to 20% growth rate. At the same time, the supply chains were disrupted and probably went negative for most of last year. So all of a sudden, you see this enormous gap in supply and demand, and now seeing, automakers, manufacturing lines stopped, and medical makers stopped, and PCs and clouds and shortage as we need more digital. And so I'll just say we and the rest of the industry are pouring into this as rapidly as possible to build factories, to squeeze the productivity of them, work with our substrate in particular, one of the key shortage in the materials supply chain, to get back to balance as quickly as possible. But the bad news is, if we're going to build a new factory, it takes 2 to 3 years to have it online, and a major new modern fab is almost 4 years. So, boy, we hit the ground running as of 9 months ago, but we still have a long way to go till we get back to supply demand balance. And I believe that the second half of this year will be probably the bottom, the worst. But I think we're going to be still dealing with shortages until we get to some reasonable supply demand balance through next year. And we are leaning into this as hard as possible. I am pressing my construction teams and fab teams, fabrication, our manufacturing facilities, to go faster and produce more as quickly as possible, help our customers modernize their designs. So from some of these old nodes that are somewhat out of date, and bring them forward to modern nodes. But starting a new design and requalifying it takes time as well. So unfortunately, there's no quick fixes to this shortage.